Good afternoon. I'm Denise Spencer with Kemp Real Estate, and this is my co-agent,
Jenny Brogan.
and our broker, Carol Kemp. We do HUD properties. We're going to talk today about some tips for buyers that are looking to purchase some HUD homes. Number one, most important thing for a buyer to keep in mind, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, the most important thing that you can do before you start your home buying process is get your pre-approval from your bank if you're not financing it with cash. Okay? It's very important for us as the listing agents, or if we're working with you as a buyer agent, which we both will work buyers as well. The most important thing that we need from you when we first start working with you is that pre-approval. Whether it's a lender pre-approval letter or it's a proof of funds from your bank. And it's not that we don't think you have any money or you don't have any worthiness. It's just in today's market, that pre-approval letter is the most important piece because you can't submit anything without it. So, and it gives you an idea of where you're at. If you don't have that pre-approval letter from your loan officer, you may be looking in a price range that isn't right for you.
And you're not going to know what your mortgage payments will be. That pre-approval letter lets you know ahead of time your interest rate, your mortgage payments, and what your budget is.
Your escrows for taxes and insurance.
And we need that ahead of time because if your bid is the winning bid, we need to send that pre-approval letter or proof of funds to the Atlanta office within 48 hours. So you need to be pre-approved or present your proof of funds prior to submitting an offer. And it asks the agents in the HUD home store when submitting the offer, have you seen the client's pre-approval letter or proof of funds? So that is the number one most important thing to obtain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. The other thing too is when you're shopping for a home, you have your pre-approval letter from your lender and you're ready to start looking. If you have experience or have known someone that has done a HUD purchase, please, we encourage you to go to the hudhomestore.com website, and on that website you can search. Let's say you want to live in Newport Richey. You pick Florida, Pasco County, put in Newport Richey, and it'll give you all the properties that are available for sale in Newport Richey. And then from that, you can look at the ones that are in your price range, and when you get to the one that is in your price range, you can go onto that site and you can see the flyer that has information about that property. Okay? There's also tabs across the top. And the most important tab that you could go look at for yourself is the tab that says amendments. Okay? And on that tab, you want to go down to the PCR. Okay? The PCR is a property condition report. What this report gives you is some nuts and bolts information about the property. It talks about the air conditioning system, the plumbing system, the electrical system, the roof, and everything that would be part of your 4-point inspection. It tells you if it's working, if it's not working, and a brief explanation of what their opinion is of why it's not working. Because this will help you either keep a home in the running of something that you're interested in, or if it's got too many issues, you can discard it right away. So this is the best tool that you can look at for any of these properties right out of the gate to know whether, it'll work for you or not, especially if you're getting financing. Okay? The other thing that we wanted to talk to you about is when you do get to the point where you want to make an offer on one of these HUD properties, HUD will no longer accept electronic signatures in the state of Florida. They have to be wet signed with blue ink. So what that means is that you have to physically meet with your agent to sign that paperwork. And if you're really serious, right, up front, you need to let your agent know, please bring a contract with you because I may want to make an offer on this property. So they have all the paperwork with them so you can wet sign it at that time so you don't have to meet at a different time to go through the paperwork. And again, with the escrow, if you are awarded the bid, it's let's hurry up, get started. Then the timeline starts. We have to get that contract submitted in 24 or 72 hours, 48 hours. Contract's got to go into HUD within 48 hours of you winning that bid, and you also have to give your earnest money deposit to the listing office within that 24-hour period of time. And that earnest money deposit, if it's a sale price under $50,000, it's $500, and if it's over $50,000, it's $1,000. And that check, no personal checks. It has to be a cashier's check or a money order. Has to be made payable to the title company that you, as the buyer, have selected to do the closing for you. So we just, just a little update here for this month of November prior to Thanksgiving. Is there anything else you want to add, Jenny?
Looks like we covered it.
All right. Well, we hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. See you next month.